Welcome back, everybody. Heading shortly into this third and final game for our Fuel Esports main roster. It's up against Warriors Gold again. You know, we saw them. Fuel ended up falling 3-1 in that first game, as already Alphaz hot out the gate with a 6-second goal, right back to what it was before. Now, Warriors Gold fell 3-0 in the upper bracket. So they're coming off of a loss, Fuel coming off of a win, but it doesn't seem to have changed the momentum too much, as already Warriors Gold hot out the gate with that first goal, as now XS gets it past Fuel's defenses yet again. The kickoff goes their way. That's something I remember highlighting, was Warriors Gold had the kickoffs on a lock. They barely lost any whatsoever, which just meant the tempo was always in their favor. As now Rieger looks to get it past three people. He does find two, but the bump actually goes towards the side of Umero. Umero, speaking of which, had some fantastic solo plays. Rieger with a demo. Beball, nice save there to stop that one, as XS be catching that one in the air. Umero now goes up, gets a double touch. Alphaz, they're trying to finish it himself. Beball, nice slow pass to midfield, just a nice clear that one out. Now Peepaw contests, wins that one out, as XS and Peepaw go up to fight for it. XS ends up getting touch. Alphaz gets there first. Rieger, though, ready with that one in the wings. Is he waiting, as now Rieger and McLean look for something, but it's off the backboard, just a little bit too high for McLean there, as Alphaz now has something of his own, but Peepaw there to stop it once again, as now he centers it up. It's towards McLean. It's towards the corner of Warriors Gold, as Fuel trying to keep this offense going, but they haven't found too much success from it so far. Did I just cast her curse? I think I did, as Rieger takes exactly what I said and throws it in the trash and finds the first goal for Fuel, as it's now tied 1-1, and a nice solo play there from Rieger to get that one in. Another kickoff. Once again, it will go the way of Warriors, but instead Fuel clears that one out. Now a demo did come out. Ball sent right towards this corner yet again. Peepaw, it's a nice double touch, a third. He's keeping this one in Warriors half on his own so far, and he hasn't used any boost to do such. McLean now has something himself, and that's a beautiful goal there from McLean. Find that one. He sets it up. I mean, he sets this up, a nice bounce, and then beautiful car control, finding the exact angle he needed to squeeze that one past the defenders of Warriors Gold, as Fuel take the lead 2-1 here. 3 minutes left on the clock, and that might just be a kickoff goal for your Peepaw. Get Fuel a 2-point lead. For once, the kickoff goes the way of Fuel, and when it does, it's a goal nonetheless. As Depop and Alphaz just a little bit too far back to be able to stop that one. Fuel again take a 2-point lead here as another kickoff comes. Unless Warriors finds one, they're going to be at a deficit for a bit, I'd argue. Fuel, they're back to that fate form they had in that one game they won against Warriors last time, where you just keep the offense going and going and going, and they don't let down the gas at all. The moment they let Numero and they let Alphaz and Excess breathe, it was the moment when they started to crumble. Now they keep this gas on, and McLean gets it back in the half, and a nice touch there from McLean. They get his second of the game and bring a 3-point lead, and Fuel coming out swinging in this game one off of that dominant win versus Humber. Beautifully played shot there from McLean, who gets, again, a second of the game. 2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. Fuel taking a commanding lead so far. Feels like they may have warmed up. This is a team that we've always said, last year's roster, we said they kind of needed that game one to warm up a little bit. And that, that first series, but once they're warm, they really start to become lights out. And it feels like we might be seeing that same version of Fuel here right now, as they are finding exactly what they needed to beat Warriors. Warriors, they're not going down without a fight, though. It is a 3-goal deficit. But we've seen how quickly this team can score. I mean, Alphaz got this first goal within 5 seconds of the game. So it's still anyone's game, and it's never over until the timer ticks to 0. But McLean sure wants to make it just that little bit harder for Warriors to come back, as he wants to find another goal. And Fuel keep the offense going. They're not letting up a single bit of pressure. As Rieker is now in his half, but he clears it out. Excess is there to meet it, though. He's up in the air. He has the boost. McLean, a nice forward clear, and now he's going to turn this clear into a strike attempt of his own, but it is stopped by Numero, as well as Rieker's attempt, as Alphaz now has something. It's a pass to Excess, but Excess does not find the touch, and neither does Numero. Now 0 boost to his name. There's no boost on the map. He just has to save this one with nothing, and he does exactly that. He stops the play, but it keeps on going. It's never ending, these attacks for Fuel. They seem to last so long. That's exactly what has found them success so far in games, especially versus Humber. Peepaw, just a nice, clean shot from center field to bring Fuel a 4-point lead. Beautifully placed there, right towards that left center. Just not quite there was Alphaz. A second too late. He's going to pay the price for that, as now Fuel, it's not written off, but if you're Warriors, I feel like at this point you might be thinking about shaking this one off, making sure you don't overthink this game and you come right back to that form you had against this team in that first series. Fuel, they're playing lights out. They seem to be playing even a different game of Rocket League now than they were earlier today. And that's something that's so crucial. The adaptation is something that makes these top team, from good to fantastic. Exactly what Fuel is looking to be. They're looking to be a top contender. They are a very strong roster on paper. It just needs to see if they can put it into practice. But Alphaz, as I'm talking, as I'm monologuing even, finds that goal and brings the lead only to 3. Now 24 seconds remain. It does show that Warriors are not without life. They're not without fight. Warriors will fight to the very end. And that's exactly what they're looking to do here as 20 seconds remain. And you can tell this team wants to get another one quickly. McLean, he doesn't want to let that happen anytime soon. Ball is cleared out by Excess. Alphaz slows it down to pass it to Excess yet again. Alphaz looks for something, but with 9 seconds remaining. This game is a hard one to fight back from. What matters is the next one, as it's only a 1-game deficit, a 1-0 lead for Fuel as they take game 1 5-2. Now Warriors, they're the ones that have to go back to the drawing board, and they're the ones that have to solve the conundrum that is Fuel's offense. I mean, they're completely just a constant barrage of shots. You see, neither two members of Warriors had 0 shots on net, whereas Fuel 3-5-3. That's 11 shots in a game with 5 goals. A very solid showing from Fuel, and a very dominant one at that, as they look to continue this hot streak going, right? That's 4 wins in a row for them so far today. Let's see if they can make it 5 as a kickoff comes as we're right into game 2. Peepaw looking to finish that one off early as Reeker is there, and it feels like this hot streak just keeps getting hotter. Fuel, they are fired up like a volcano. They are ready to completely dominate Warriors. Turn them to stone even at this point. The level of play that Fuel is showing as McLean gets it past, but access. Mero's going to be there to stop it, not letting a second goal trickle in. They need to keep their hope. They need to keep their wits about them. But these shots from Fuel, the offense has been unyielding, never wavering as they continue this up. Again, it's been in their half for the entire game so far, and almost all of last game as well, as the offense is really the best defense when it comes to a game as fast-paced, and a game is so skill-heavy, and so single amount of solo plays that are possible in a game like this. As McLean finds a nice touch off the backboard, you have to be there to meet it. He was just slightly off, was Alphaz. He was not there in time, which means the backboard is undefended, and a player of McLean's caliber, as I've said, will not let that one go past easily or cleanly whatsoever. He'll easily bury that one into the back of the net, as now Fuel take a 2-0 lead, and they keep their streak going. Warriors feels like they just are lost so far on this pitch. They have not found any sort of momentum in the last game and a half already. See if they can bring it back, if they can bring this one within 1 even, if they can tie it up at that, or if Fuel is just going to keep widening the gap of this score and keep on increasing their own pressure, as Reeker does exactly that. He finds a second goal. You know, Reeker hasn't been the loudest today. It's been more of the McLean show. Peepaw finding some good goals and some good passes as well, but Reeker showing that he is, he was the star player and he's the captain for a reason. He's here to make sure that his team gets across that finish line. They want to make sure that they go 2-1 in these placement matches. They do not want to go 1-1. Access off of the corner. It does not go where he wants. The post and the crossbar meet, but he gets it past. But Alphaz was not beat Peepaw, as he's an unwavering defensive force here for Fuel. It's off the backboard. Access does find it, but it's again off the post. It's off the crossbar. And not only is Fuel getting these goals, the environment is playing towards their side. The post, the crossbar, it's all it seems Warriors can find. The back of the net, nothing but a myth to them, as Reeker looks to clear it out, as Alphaz yet again finds the post, as Fuel keep the offense going. They're back in Warriors half, and Warriors, their first real offense of this game, just ends in post and post and post gaming. Access though, Umeru now gets his own play. It's a bounce shot, but there's no one to follow up. Access again off the crossbar, as Reeker as well gets a good save there. But the environment again is all on Fuel's side. The tides have completely turned in their favor, and it looks like they are unstoppable right now on this pitch. Unless Access has something to say about it, but Reeker stops that one. And the rotation here for Fuel, they make sure the goal is never undefended. Umero goes for a solo play, flip reset. Just trying to keep this one up, trying to make some sort of fancy play, because these standard shots are not finding any sort of mark, any sort of success for the side of Warriors. But McLean's the one who gets to it first as he clears it out. Alphaz will catch it up, but Peepaw centers it. It's off the backboard. Reeker wants to find it, but Access goes up. And Reeker does not find the touch, but who needs to when McLean, right-hand man, is there, ready in the wings, waiting. And he bumps Umeru away, so Peepaw can get back in time. And he does go wide. He goes a little bit too far, as Reeker now goes for a solo play. 1 touch, 2 touches. McLean finds it, but now the post might be on Warriors' side, as this game has been a battle for these goals. But Fuel, they're up 3-0. With 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining, Warriors have not found a breath of life yet so far in this game, as it continues to dwindle away. That spark that they had in that game 1, slowly fading, unless they can start to mount something here. Access looks for something. Umero centered up. It's a dead ball middle the center field. But Reeker finds his third of the game. 3 goals, 4 shots, 1 assist, 3 saves, an all-arounder and a hat trick for Reeker in this game. This one's in his story, as he wants Fuel to go up 2-0, and he wants a clean sweep of Warriors here. And it feels like it may just come to that. Now, there is 1 minute remaining, but it feels like, again, Warriors, they've not been able to find any sort of success on these attacks. And when Fuel keeps the pressure up, eventually Warriors ends up giving in and faltering, causes their demise. Now Access looks for something. Mario has the air, but he doesn't find anything. McLean looks for something to get a clear out as Umaro and Alpha, as they pass it towards each other. It's off the backboard, but there's a player there to stop it, and it's right back into Warriors' side. Now Access looks for something, but Peepaw gets it past him. Now Umaro up on the ball, gets it stopped, but because Reeker held him there in almost a Rule 1 situation there, he was very close, but he kept him locked in. Means McLean's able to finish that off and get his second for the game, as it's a 5-0 lead for Fuel with 30 seconds remaining in this game too. Now McLean clears it out once again. Access wins that. Warriors, they're winning these kickoffs, but they're just not finding any success, as this game leading has almost bled Warriors dry with 15 minutes remaining. Their firepower has not been found. The spark has not been lit in this one, and they'll need to find it if they want any hope, as they're going to have to reverse sweep if they want any chance to keep themselves, or to get 2 wins in this bracket, in this placement division. If they want any chance at stopping Fuel's reign of terror, as Fuel take game 2 in a dominant fashion. And I mean, beautiful play from every member of Fuel, but Reeker, 3 goals, 1 assist, 3 saves, 4 shots on net. Lights out performance from him. McLean, though, I mean, 2-1-0 saves, but 3 shots. And then Peepaw, right, he's the assist guy, he's the saves guy. That's his role in this team, and he plays it beautifully. He's always there when his team needs it. Now, in the first series, there was those moments where he was just slightly too late or slightly misjudged it, but it seems like he's worked those out, and there's no more of those where that came from. Warriors, if they want any hope, they're going to have to bounce back quick, and they're going to have to shake off those last 2, and they have to bring this one close, as we'll be heading in to the 3rd game right now. Kickoff goes the way of Warriors. The goal is almost there. McLean makes sure to hit that one out trajectory, hits it off towards the crossbar, so it does not go anywhere, as Peepaw now looks to clear. McLean back up, but it's actually met by Access, who now is looking for something here. Reeker gets it past 1, Reeker gets it past 2, but he does not find the 3rd, as a member is back. Peepaw here's it, keeps it in this corner. They don't want to let it go anywhere, as Reeker, he finds himself in a tussle. A little bit of a bump war, but neither team ends up winning it out. Peepaw looks to clear it out, but instead Warriors, they're the one keeping in Fuel's half. Alphaz looks for something, but Reeker finds a demo onto Alphaz's teammate, which means Fuel have the advantage for the time being. Mero goes up, but he just ran out of boost at the wrong moment. So did Access. It's Fuel, they now have the chance. Alphaz goes up, but Reeker is there. He has the boost to play with, and it's going to be a beautiful save from Access. He gets back just in the nick of time. You saw Peepaw look and maybe try to contest that, try to bump the player out of the way, but he was just slightly too late. Now, McLean and Reeker, they look to start some sort of an offensive right again, but Umero is there to meet them in the air. Warriors, they're starting to play a bit more aggressive, but a nice bump from Peepaw there means they won't find anything. McLean finds a touch off the backboard, but it's right towards a save of Alphaz. And another demo comes out for Reeker, who now looks to try to get it past 2 players, but a save from Excess. Warriors, their defense is back on. The wall of shields is up for these Warriors. They're not looking to give at any moment. Seems like they are unyielding in this game, but it is going to be stopped by a nice corner shot from Peepaw, who finds the first blood and draws it for Fuel with a minute. After a minute and 45 seconds of continuous play, it's a beautiful shot there from Peepaw to trickle that one in. Not a fast one, but it does the job as Fuel take the lead yet again. Kickoff here, won by Warriors. Again, they're finding what they did before where they won all these kickoffs, but it doesn't mean anything if they can't find any success on these goals, on these goal attempts. Their attacks are getting stopped by Fuel well in advance before they really even have their idea set in motion. It feels like Fuel has the read on how Warriors want to play the offense. It's now 3 minutes remaining. Fuel keep their lead to 1. Mariker looks to widen that one just as I say it to 2. He already has 4 shots on net, and that's not a tell of how aggressive Fuel has been in this series so far. In a minute, less than 2 minutes, or a little bit over 2 minutes rather, he's already found 4 shots on net, 1 goal. Playing. Peepaw finds his goal as well, and now Warriors, they're back. Their backs are back against the wall. They have to find something here and now. As Access looks for something, it's off the wall. But instead of his team being there, it's Reeker who looks for something. But the boost is just not in favor of Fuel. All 3 were at 0 boost for a second, as now they're all back to full. And now Warriors are the ones on the boost struggle, which means Fuel's attack will go towards their way. Peepaw goes right back to center field. Reeker brings it up, but Alphaz is there to stop him. But McLean again in that corner, ready to meet up, ready to catch these fly balls after these clears from the side of Warriors, making sure that they don't go too far, that these attacks continue. Reeker and Peepaw colliding there to make sure the ball stays right where they want it. It doesn't go astray. They have full control over it the entire time. Peepaw off of the corner, but he does not find the second touch that he would need, as he now goes back for some boost, and he's going to be playing this defense. He looks to try to get that clear, but the 50 is won on the side of Warriors. Alphaz bounces that one off the top as 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining, and Excess looks for something, but instead of, it's just again towards the post. It does not find the net, as Warriors, they're starting to feel the pressure. You can tell with just how they're playing right now that they feel in danger, and McLean, he's looking to make that danger a reality, as he wants to get a third. He wants to get second insurance marker, make that gap just that little bit wider. But now, as I say that, Mario, it trickles on the goal line, but it does not go in as a demo. Both teams trading demos, and instead of it going in, Numero, the ball stops dead at the goal line. That's a heartbreaker for the side of Warriors. The ball is now centered up for Peepaw, but a nice touch from Alphaz means it goes astray. Another demo. Fuel, they're getting handsy, they're getting aggressive, and they're getting forceful with these games, with these demos so far. They do not want to give up any space. The attack continues as Warriors now, it might be their final opportunity to get an attack as they find it, but McLean stops it, but Access finishes it off with the push of McLean. And with 23 seconds remaining, Warriors have opened the door, and they're looking to bring this one to overtime. They do not want to go out without a fight. They find their first goal within 7 in a row. It was 7 goals for Fuel before Warriors could even find one. It's now try to continue this up. 16 seconds remaining, and it's another attack for Warriors. McLean finds in the corner. It's centered up, but McLean finds it out, and Peepaw is here. It's just Access versus Peepaw in the corner. Alphaz tries to keep it up. He has the boost. The ball is not going how he wants it to. It's in the corner. He slows it down. He brings it to a crawl. But Peepaw says no. He closes that door in the face of Warriors Gold, and he stops it right before they could breathe. As Fuel take a 3-0, a commanding win. And I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure I saw Reeker had 66 ball touches that game. So really, Fuel just completely in control the entire series, and complete different showing comparatively to that first game. Be very interested to see what ended up going down and what ended up, what they chatted with. But unfortunately, we will not be able to get an interview today. So we'll just have to speculate. But with that, I thank you very much for watching another Fuel Esports broadcast. Make sure you follow our socials, Fanshawe Fuel, everywhere to keep up to date, as streams will be starting every day next week. We're going to be right back into the swing of things for this new semester, and these teams are you're gonna want to watch these brand new teams. With that, I've been New, and I hope you have a fantastic evening. Have a good one.